You got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So the podcast I kicked up, I put my car podcast, my golf podcast, and just my general, like, want to talk shit with friends podcast together. And so that's so we don't have to worry about like being prim and proper. And like, I don't have any sponsors on this. So
okay. So
I get
what is
but
what is this podcast?
so this is called I Don't Have an Accent, You Do. So, but my first couple of guests have been friends in Wales.
Yeah. Okay, that's fun.
But it's just been a way for me to, like, because I don't get to talk much on my podcast, like, because I'm interviewing the guests. And then also I get to try all the new gear and then I've started using Riverside too for, like, virtual ones. And so it's just like, it's more fun to do.
Yeah,
And I don't have a strict, like, weekly schedule to it.
Right.
I just like, okay, cool. Let's just interview people. It's like,
Yeah.
forces me to catch up with friends too.
Well, I think it's
which is great.
interesting when you have to, because this Oklahoma was kind of a hobby at first, right?
Yeah.
But it became like a job.
It is a job.
And then
You're right.
now you're using what you learned to make the hobby part again. But what happened to me is I started learning from my hobby and bringing that back into what I was doing.
Yeah.
And it reinvigorated, like, can't say it. I don't have an accent. You do. I can't speak word. That's my accent. It like just brought freshness to what the
That's
job
what I'm
was.
hoping.
Right. Yeah. It'll do it, man.
Yeah.
That's what happened with me and guns.
Yeah.
Cause I started making content with that, and then it just freshened everything else up.
Well, the good thing about this is because I don't have to worry about like a formal intro. So let's just roll into it. You mentioned guns. When did we shot through 2 years ago now?
Yeah,
It's been 2 years.
23.
Yeah. And you took me out, it kind of showed me, we did the drills.
Yeah.
Which it's tedious, it's frustrating mentally because you're getting your circle. What do you call that circle drill? Like getting your 6 shots in that.
Oh, the dot drill
the dot drill, right?
Yeah,
but also like, if for me it was so easy to relate to golf because I've done that on the golf course or on the practice range, making feet. But thank you. I haven't been out since, and so to that level, I need to go. And Kyle invited me out to his spot to go soon.
66 tack.
Yeah, and their banana logo and all because they have a podcast too. So I need to do that because he reached out recently, and I've like shot skeet since then. I'm terrible at it. I'm so bad at it. I've done a little bit of like shot a compound bow, and so like since then I've like kind of like dabbled a little.
Good. That's good to hear.
I love
you're full American now, dude.
Well,
you're there. Yeah.
It's just like one of my favorite new shirts, but it's a gravel bike shirt and it's out Stillwater. But anyway, so dude, yeah, I mean, we always like I think I shared something on Instagram like yesterday. It was like, you don't talk to your friends, but you send 20 memes to them every day. So you guys know that you're title over. I was like, that's exactly what our relationship with all our friends is, right? So
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, the beauty of the podcast is we get to share stories and do cool stuff and actually get to connect in person. We're going to go dinner after and catch up.
So yeah.
Excited about that. But from that moment, a couple of years ago, you were kind of like ready to like, you were like, oh, this competition stuff's really cool. We're out in Arcadia, right? Oklahoma City Gun Range. Gun club, and you would like, I think that was probably the start of you. Maybe you posted a couple of reels, a couple of YouTube shorts about it.
Yeah.
And then in the last 24 months, you've gone all in, but also the content's gone with it too.
Well, nowadays I can't help but to create content. It's my job with Farm Trick and Asian. It's if I'm doing something and that I just like to do, I'm like, man, I should be recording this because, I have freaking 350,000 or probably more if you include TikTok. I've got like 500,000 followers, on social media. So why not? Right.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a very easy thing to start just
and that's your
documenting.
Following. That's not including these.
That's just you. 4 or 5 photo, 4 or 5 photos.
Yeah.
These things have great casters.
These things are great.
So these are Viper chairs. Viper Industrial hooked us up here at the FNA shop. I got a couple in my garage for the first stuff, and they're great chairs. They're awesome.
I need to walk it in. I'm sliding.
No, the casters are too good.
They're good. No, but we did the drill. We did some shooting out there,
Yeah.
and I just like I can see how you get the buzz from it, but also the competitive side gets into like
Mhm.
not only just like it's the competitive side with yourself
Yeah,
that I think is more fun than like
it
running
is.
around and having the guys together and scoring and shooting and all the things is great. But like the inner competition,
Honestly, that is all there is for me
hmm,
because I can't help if someone's better than me,
sure,
right?
just
There's
doing it
always going to
forever.
be,
Yeah.
right? I can only try to be better than I was a year ago,
Hmm.
3 months ago, but the day before, you know what I mean? That's all I got.
So what got you into it? Like what got you what you started to I mean, America, Oklahoma is obviously a very pro gun state.
Yeah.
What's your gun journey? Like had you
Oh
always
man.
been around it? Had you carried for as soon as you could get your license? Like
hmm
how do we get to like you wanting to go full competition and run around and
Well, it's like I I I've always been competitive.
hmm,
Um, from a young age, I played baseball, I played t-ball, I played soccer, football, basketball. Like I from like 4 years old
yeah.
until high school, I was very into sports and being competitive. In high school, I started playing music and I kind of got away from being competitive and got more into the arts. But then, dude, I would actually grow up with a family that was definitely afraid of guns. Guns were for bad people, but and for police and military. Right? Like that was it. It was consumed with fear. Uh, and I didn't actually shoot my first gun until I was like 27,
Oh wow.
and I'm 40
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
right? So, um, I started pretty late, uh, and it all started because I had to change how I thought about what a gun meant and start to educate myself because at the time I was married and my ex-wife was working nights. And statistically, most break-ins happen during the day when people are at work,
Mm,
right? So there was a bunch of break-ins that started happening in the neighborhood. There was, I guess, a group of people were just targeting the neighborhood.
mm,
And dude, like, oh yeah, we heard that neighbor over there, and and it wasn't a bad neighborhood, right?
mm,
It was just a normal
yeah.
Oklahoma neighborhood. And then the guy across the street from us got broken in, and I'm like, shit, dude, like, what am I gonna do,
Yeah.
right? Like, I can't, like, she's 5'2", 105 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, what happens like two dudes our size walk in
Yeah,
here?
kick
She's
the
got
ball
no
and
chance,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so that was what sparked the okay, what do I need to do here to help her out if that ever happens? Because it's obviously happening right next to us, right?
Mhm.
So that like literally like this is how I wasn't thinking about guns at all. I was like, okay, I got it. And that I went to Academy and I bought a Louisville Slugger. I still got it, all right.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there like, yeah, like so like she's gonna like hit someone in the house, and then I started thinking like, dude, she can't swing a bat that hard, you know, like what happens if they approach her in the hallway?
Yeah.
How's she gonna swing a bat in a hallway? You can't, you know. So I was like, okay, that bad idea, and I was like, a machete. Next best thing. So I went and bought a machete, right? And I wish I was joking, you know. So then it's like, okay, we got a machete next to the bed. It is easier to swing in the hallway, right?
Right.
And then finally, man, I just went through the gamut and did research online. I read that uh, I'm gonna fuck up the quote, but I wish I had my phone to look it up. But something about Colt said that a gun makes all men equal,
Yeah.
right? And so I was like, okay, that makes sense. So then uh, I thought she's 5'2", 100 pounds, but with a gun, it don't matter,
Doesn't matter.
right? It does not matter. So then I had a guy. I was working as a designer at the sign company back then. And he was like ex-military that I worked with the guy. He's about my age, and he was in the guns, right? So I was like, dude, I think I'm gonna get one. And he's, oh yeah, I got one for sale. Great guy, but he sold me probably the worst possible gun I could buy. Like he sold me a compact 6 hour P250, but in 40.
Okay.
So the smaller the gun, the more the kick.
And then
And then a 40,
yeah.
a motherfucker's gonna kick,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
So, but I didn't know shit. So I was like, cool. I'll go, let's go shoot it. Right. That was the path of least resistance. It's like easier than going down to the gun store and being intimidated
Yeah.
there, you know, because that could be a little intimidating at
Yeah, of
first, right?
course. Yeah.
And so then he's like, yeah, we'll go shoot it after work, right? So he brought it in, showed it to me. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at,
Yeah.
you know, it's a thing. And then we went there. On the way there, I'm shitting bricks, dude. I'm shitting bricks because I'm nervous. I've never done this before, right? And so he's like, you shot a gun before, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm a man. You know what I mean? Like, of course I have. What the fuck kind of question is that? Yeah, I got there, and dude, I'll have to find the picture and send it to you because my target was like a size of one of those pictures, and I swear I was teacupping it, and I was like scared shooting it, and I shot that thing, and the target was like, like I got not know where the shots were going. It was bad, dude. But then I was like, yeah, it shoots. So here's a few $100, and we did the thing, and then there it went, but I have the type of personality that cannot leave shit alone. I when I played music, I played guitar for hours in the day, and I got in a band. We got in a small record label. We would do small tours, right? Like I was going all in. We'd be in studios in Texas, like all that. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm into guns. Like did the whole thing. When I did the media thing, I didn't know how to use a camera. I was 33. And then in a year, boom, I'm off and running, and I'm doing media for these guys and all in, right? So with the gun thing, it was very similar. I immediately like research training, went to like some classes at H&H that they held for training, and like very, very beginner kind of classes, and and then just kind of started from there. And it's kind of a long story, right? And then eventually I found I bought another gun. That's usually how it goes, right? And then I was like, yeah, and then because I figured out that I didn't like to shoot that gun, like it was unpleasant. So then I bought another gun, and it was a Smith & Wesson MMP 5-inch. So it's like a polymer frame, gun. And I didn't like and again, I don't know shit. I'm like a year into this maybe. And I don't like the rear sight. In my mind, I'm like, it makes sense to have an adjustable sight, right? I don't like that it's just a fixed rear sight. So then I went online, and I found this community called boomershooter.com. And it was filled with a bunch of guys that compete. I didn't know this, right? It's just or maybe it was like okshooter.com. I don't remember. But I posted up a thread on forum, right? People don't use forums anymore, but I was like, hey, I got this gun at where is the best place to go get the rear sight changed out? And then this random guy DM'd me, and he's like, hey man, like that's super easy. I got like a vise and some tools in my garage. We can just do it. And I don't know, man. In town, yeah, like 20 minutes away, right? And it just seemed very simple, non-scary at all. And I was like, sure, I'll go to the stranger's garage with a gun, And dude, ended up meeting Mitch. He's still a great friend of mine to this day, and he punched out that sight, put the new one in, and he's like, hey dude, you should come compete. And I'm like, what do you mean? Right? Never heard of it. And so he took me to my first match. Made me record video of it. I bought like the belt and the stuff, and then went there, and I kind of got hooked ever since, dude. Like the competitiveness of my youth came back finally. And then it was kind of nonstop for a few years until I got really busy with these guys, and I took a break.
So, and then you're running like with your belt and your camera. I mean, as the camera setup evolved at all, like, is it just strict GoPro, like chest mount?
In the beginning, I wasn't recording any content. Like this was like what 12 years ago, 11 years ago. I was just recording myself with a phone. Right. And then I also wasn't a media guy yet. Right. That came later when so I started at like 28. 28, 29, 30. Yeah. So like 3 years later, I got real busy with Farm Truck and Asian. And then the new obsession took off. Now I'm like obsessed about cameras and how to create content and how to take photos, and then grew to like how to film video and how to edit video, and to what it is now. you know.
Yeah.
So now the camera rig is a little different than it was back then.
That's great. And
Yeah.
even if it is you fumbling a magazine, like how many views?
Oh,
How
dude.
many views is that?
So
It's so funny.
you know, I've learned through these guys that it is okay to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
And film everything.
Yes, you know, and we're human, mistakes happen.
Right.
Dude, I put down 20,000 rounds this year. I trained every weekend. I even practiced with that video specifically you're talking about was an unloaded start video.
Yeah.
So that means on a timer, you got to grab your magazine and your gun, stick it in the gun, rack it, and then start shooting.
Yeah.
Right. And that was at nationals in Utah. So but dude, every time before that, it was perfect. I did it in New Mexico. I did it in Arkansas. I did it in Oklahoma. I did it in practice. I did it in dry fire practice. 100% of the time it worked. And then the one time at nationals, I fumble it the worst way too. I even went around the rim and stuff. And but dude, right now on YouTube, I checked it this morning. It's got 975,000 views on my YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, that's the fun part. Okay, so when you took me out there, then you were like you were kind of just getting back into what you'd already done. So you really knew kind of when you went obviously hardcore into it, traveling around a lot.
Yes.
Got busy then with this stuff and the media stuff, and then you're now in the last few years rediscovered the gun stuff.
Yeah. So like it was like late 23 when it's around this time in 23 that I started shooting again, but not like trying to do, I literally dropped the gun and picked up a camera for 7 years, took all the time off to do this, be obsessed with helping them and grow their socials and grow their YouTube channel. Right. Like, and dude, that was busy. So busy that I couldn't really do anything else. Right. So in 23, you know how life works. Like sometimes you are very, very busy and then you have all this friction going on, but then you do it for a while and you get used to all the friction going on and you're like, oh, I can add something else to it now because this is now easy for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not easy, but just it's more normal.
It's less headspace.
Right. It is, right? Headspace.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it, you know? And so then I was at that point then finally, and I also just really missed it because I would just go randomly to shoot, not really training and keeping up with it. You know, I'll just go for fun. And I started shooting in late 23. And then by springtime, I started picking it up again, like the bug bit. I start buying some stuff and I'm like, hey, maybe I'll start competing again. 24, I did it, but it was still kind of light. I wasn't training as much. I was, going out there, but it was slowly ramping up. And when did we go? We went like fall time. So by then I'm starting to fucking, dude, I was starting to, by summertime, I was like, oh, okay, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Way into it. Yeah. So yeah, I want to say like summertime 2024. I got into training again. I got a rig. I got a gun. It's also fun to kind of build the kit up and do all that stuff, right? Buy the parts and put them in, race the gun out, and then but I didn't shoot any crazy, like what's called like a major match, right? So I compete in what's called a USPSA, and it's the United States Practical Shooting Association. And they have like different levels.
It was actually April 24.
Okay. So a little earlier than I thought.
April 24 was that video.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how the shooting matches changed from, I guess 10 years ago.
Dude, everyone's better now.
Yeah.
Like everyone's better.
And the course is still sort of the same?
So the courses, they're less, what's the word? Like hokey, like less, there's less gimmicks and more straight up competition.
Sure.
Or before you'd have a stage where like, oh, you gotta, hold this head thing. And then when you get here, you gotta drop that and hold on to a rope. And then shoot, and then hold on to the rope over here and shoot. Like that kind of stuff's gone. Yeah. And nowadays it's more streamlined and just more straight up, like run and gun and go, you know, which I like because some of the stuff, man, if you fucked up something that's kind of a gimmick, man, that kind of ruined your match, right? Like you're like, I just didn't hold on to the rope right. man, it's about shooting. It's not about doing the gimmicky stuff, you know?
Have you ever thought about trying like the revolver, like, because those guys are insane, right?
Oh,
This
yeah,
the
yeah,
six shooter, like they pop in, shoot
oh,
stuff.
the
But
cowboy action guns.
yeah, like,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff's nuts.
Yeah.
There's a guy I follow on Instagram does it. He's out in like on the Oklahoma Texas border as like a rancher,
Yeah.
and like his wife would always send content to this is Oklahoma, and they're great photographers. And I finally went to her husband's page, and he is like amazing.
Yeah.
And he's shooting stuff like from the hip, the way out there, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh wow,
dude. Yeah.
like such a different world.
Yeah. It is really, it's similar, but different to what I do. I've never done it. The guns look cool. Like I like that arrow stuff, you know, like the old revolvers and stuff, the old Colts. But no, I've never done it. They have those matches up at the gun club though. If you're ever gonna go check one out, they're in full kit. Like they got like the era correct clothing and like all the guns and stuff. Yeah, yeah. No, but I think that's called cowboy action shooting. Yeah, yeah. I've never done that. I don't have the headspace to do more than one thing. Like I got one thing I'm working on, and that's all I'm grinding on. You know, like I'm not even a gun collector. Like I just have a few guns, and then I have the one that I just use all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
well, that's what I was going to ask you, because I know that, you know, I remember you bought the guitar that you were like trying to buy forever, and you finally got it, and it was a limited run. And,
yeah.
And so that could really go down the deep end with the gun stuff, right?
Yes,
if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's in the current roster right now? The gun stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so like I still have that CZ that you liked, and that's what I competed with pretty much from 24 to mid 25. Got a lot of real good training, and that's called the CZ Shadow 2, and it's all kitted out. And then after that, in USPSA, they had a nationals for what they call factory gun nationals, and that's what that division was for that gun. That was done, and I told myself, if you can't get into that nationals, switch divisions. And the goal is going to be to go to nationals for the race gun nationals. And then is when I switched to my current gun, which is a custom built 2011. It's by a local guy here. Actually, the guy that introduced me to the sports is Mitch. He's now a custom gun builder. It's Gibson Custom Guns, and he built me this gun. He sponsored it to me so that I could use now like my socials to help get the word of Gibson Custom Guns out. You know? And dude, we've accumulated over 1 million views now with me using his gun and creating content with his gun, you know. So yeah, he's gotten several sales now. Like it's moving.
Yeah. Which is always like, you know, in the world that we live in, right? The brand deals and the social media and all the things, like, you know, there's plenty of ways that we can grow our business. I mean, that's the world that me and you are in, right? Finding brand deals, these chairs that we're sat in, like, you know, all of the things. It's always great. One, when there's somebody local, but two, when you know that like you have your, you know, there's sales coming in, you're happy to rep the brand. It's a great, you know, the connection, the whole story about you, like he's basically the reason you got into it.
Right. It's like full circle.
Yeah. And now he's building guns, and you're, you know, he's kind of sponsoring you, and
yeah,
that's a sis. I mean, I love stuff like that.
Dude, it truly is. Like I think about how grateful I am now that I am able to do everything that I do. Because dude, this year I traveled down to Texas to shoot a big match down there. I went to New Mexico. I went to Arkansas. I went to Utah to shoot what's called like major matches. Right? It's like championship level matches, and it's all that, man. It's all the people like Mitch that fucking 12 years ago introduced me to the sport, and now full circle, he's sponsoring me a gun, and he's my gunsmith to, you know, Farm Truck and Asian. Dude, they helped me out so much to get out to places. Like, dude, I had friends that reached out. They saw me posting this content and grinding it out there. Dude, I had people give me ammo. They'd come by and go, dude, like, boom, like here's 500 rounds. Like, I love what you're doing, man. Good luck at nationals and shit. You know, like, dude, like my friend Billy, my friend Rick, my friend Will, you know, like my girlfriend Alyssa's like extremely supportive. My kids love it, dude. Like, and just training with people, training my buddy Micah, training with Mitch. Like, dude, like I've been filled with gratitude. This is the one thing that I've only done that's completely selfish and for myself.
Sure.
And I don't think I've ever been as passionate about anything in life besides like competing and shooting, right? Like I'm known for the camera work and I'm known for that social media stuff, but this is truly and it's truly my passion. So to have my community support me for it, dude, it's incredible.
And also like everyone loves like the journey, right? And
Yeah.
the good thing about the documentary side of the skills you have from the video side, doing it, for 7 years and, going all in on that, is that you're great at documenting the journey and you're not afraid to put that stuff out. So many people they wouldn't have put that fumbling video.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Embarrassing, whatever. And you got all these stories and all these people seeing it. And again, you have all these people bringing you stuff and, supporting you that, again, you might not be able to see in person, but because of the social media, because of the content, they have a connection with you. It's just through a phone when they're sat in their house, wherever they're at.
Right.
But they're seeing this
But
stuff.
they see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do like it's the first thing you've truly done for yourself.
Yeah.
Which, 40 years old, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have kids, right? All the things. And, I'm glad that like you're doing that because it comes across in the content and like you love doing it. Right?
Truly, like it truly is as genuine as it can be. Yeah. And I've literally heard that several times. It's like, man, you can tell that you're passionate about it. And then when someone's working towards something, like you're saying, like the story, like the growth, people really support that, dude. And they and then shooting guns is badass, right? So like men really like respect me in a different way now because they're like,
guns,
I thought
race cars.
Yeah. Right. So like all that stuff adds up and, yeah, man, just super grateful right now.
Yeah. How do the rankings work? You talk about making nationals. Like, how does that work so that, you rank against people all over the country?
Well, so in USPSA, there's 3 different levels of kind of matches. There's a level 1, which is a club match. Anyone, like you can go. You don't have to be a member, right? There's a level 2, which is like a special championship or a state championship kind of match. Then there's a level 3, which is an area match, which is like there's like 6, I think, different areas in USPSA, and we're in area 4 here, and it's 4 states that are an area match. And then there's nationals, which is the biggest you can get in the country, right? And there's like over 50,000 people that shoot this that are members, right?
Yeah.
So that's USPSA. And then as an individual shooter, there's rankings depending on, that are given to you by how you shoot at major matches and how you shoot at what are called classifier stages. So there are these stages that are given out to USPSA, and the clubs set them up exactly, how they're supposed to be set up. And that way, someone from here, someone from Arizona, someone from Arkansas, they can all shoot the same thing. And then, then they figure out who's got the highest and they work the high score, and then they work down from there. Right. So then like there's at the very top, it's called a grandmaster, and that's 95% and up. Right. And then there's a master, which is 85% to 94.9.
Accuracy based within
accuracy, speed.
Okay.
Right. It's the same sport, but just condensed a little bit. Right. Cool. And then it goes down to A, B, C, D, right. All the way down to 0. Right. And, like currently, I'm a high A class shooter, and I'm like scratching at, hitting master class.
Okay.
And how you rank up is you have to shoot, they take the best of your last 8 that you shot, and then they average that out to get your percentage. Or if you go to like nationals, your finish at nationals counts as a percentage.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think right now, I'm like 81.7%.
Okay.
So I'm like 3 and some percentage away from hitting master class. Yeah. Right. So,
well, I love that because it gives you a target to shoot. No pun intended.
No,
I realized I was saying that halfway through. I was just like, don't say it. Don't. But it gives you a target. It gives you something to work towards. It gives you something to stay focused at. So you're not just going to and just pounding rounds, and just like out there having, but like the competitive side of you gets to scratch the itch,
Yeah,
right?
very much so, man. It's good to have the goalposts that
Mhm.
are there for you already, because you got to. It's just like anything in life. They have the goalpost set for you, but in life you got to keep moving your own goalpost, right? But here, yeah, like the next thing is master, and then the next thing from that is being a competitive master,
Mhm.
right? And then after that it's hitting grandmaster, and then from that it's just,
Yeah.
how far can you go as a
It's just
40
never ending,
41 year old?
right? You keep
Yeah,
going.
I could shoot this sport for another 30, 40 years if
Yeah.
I wanted to,
That's the
you
beauty
know?
of it. Same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just if your course is a little smaller.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so much fun. Yeah, it's been fun to watch. It's been fun to see, but also I think it's been fun. Did you start a new channel for it, or did you just?
Yes.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
been fun. I thought so. It's been fun to see that too, and have the media side of you just been like, this is like crazy how much this is tracking, and then
Yeah.
realizing what's taking off and doubling down on that
Yeah.
content, and that journey of it.
Yeah.
Because obviously, talk about Gibson getting 1 million views, like. I mean, that ties into everything that you do here as well.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know,
But this is also for you now,
it
which is
is,
fun.
and fortunately for me, like, because of the opportunity that Farming Asia
Yeah.
gave me, I was able to learn a new trade, get a new career, and then become very proficient at it. Like I've traveled the world doing 405 photo
Yeah.
and working with Farm Truck and Asian and the street outlaw guys. And so now, like everything I learned there on how to tell a story through video and how to talk on camera, and then because I'm producing them behind the lens, now I get to turn it around and produce myself. So now I can be literally by myself with a tripod filming these videos. And I know how to start the video, how to do the middle of the video, how to end the video. And then I already have an idea of how I'm going to edit it when I get home. So like even the editing is super easy because it's just me. Like, I'm like, I know that, okay, so like I filmed for 2 hours. I'm going to get a 20, 30-minute video out of it maybe, but I know that here I stopped and I can cut all this, and then here I stopped and I can cut all that, and here I fumbled. Like it's so much easier now.
Yeah.
And those videos are also very linear. It's very easy to, um,
I
I,
follow the same kind of model. You
yeah, it
know
is.
the which is, you look at the big YouTubers out there, and ones that come to mind are the ones in the car community. Shmee 150 like pumps out more videos than most people.
Hmm.
And he's like posting almost a video a day.
Wow.
But his videos are, intro, this, body, whatever,
Yeah.
ending. Like it's just like, here's the SD card, done. Next,
Yeah.
like, but that's the efficient way to do it. But
It
then
is.
also your audience gets used to that. So
They do. They
building
do.
a relationship, and you're teaching your audience on what your content's going
Yeah.
to be. So
And then,
it's not like one
and that's happened
standard.
with me. Like, I started just, recording my match video like I always have. Right. Then I bought a little Insta 360 Go, like
Okay.
a
Yeah.
3S or something for the cool POV
Oh
videos.
wow. Okay.
Right.
Just
So
click on the
I
hat.
just clip on the
Yeah.
hat and it goes right here.
Yeah.
And then, I started recording, I don't know why I even thought of it. It just made it, I guess, because what I do now, it just made sense to just
Yeah.
go, oh, I'm going to record a practice. Right.
Sure.
And then I recorded a practice. I started just with that little Insta camera on a tripod, just talking to it. And then, because dude, I was doing cool shit. I was drawing real
Just
fast.
explaining what you're doing in practice.
Yeah. And then the secret to video is just never shutting the hell up.
Just keep talking. Keep going.
Just keep talking. So
Yeah.
what I had to learn was that everyone does this. Everyone, when they're doing a task, they have an internal monologue of what they're doing, right? So it's like, oh, flip this thing and do this thing here. Then I need this side of screw because then this was this screwdriver. And then, so you have that in your head already. So what I did, and what I tell people, because I consult people now with like how to make content and stuff also. And dude, what I tell them all the time is like, just document and then say your thoughts out loud. Right. So that's all I start doing. I'm like, all right, well, right now I'm going to practice a bill drill. Bill drill is, 6 shots and the goal is to go under 2 seconds. And this is already in my head, right? While I'm just getting ready to do it. And I'm like, all right, here we go. And then it's just action, right? So the main goal for me when I started recording the gun content was not to, let it interfere with the competition. I don't want the content to supersede the competition, because that is truly what I want to do. Like when I'm out there on Saturdays competing, when I'm out there in nationals, or I'm out in other states, that's the goal.
It's
right?
just 360 at nationals.
Well, I have people record my
But
phone.
yes, but like you're not like doing front to camera, talking,
right.
presenting. You're like, no, I'm in the zone.
That's all I'm
on,
doing. Yeah.
But I'm not like.
And I think eventually when I build enough headspace, maybe I'll start vlogging at a match. But right now, like the goal is to hit master. The goal is to compete. You know, like this year, I already got goals for next year. But like, you know, in the state of Oklahoma, I got second in A class, and I want to be master next year, and I want to get close to winning master, if not winning master by next year in Oklahoma. So those are the goals, right? The goal is not to get 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Sure. That's just kind of happening. Right. Like I've accumulated almost 3,000 followers on YouTube. And then the beauty of what I've done in the past is that like I can use my large social media to kind of bolster the views towards that. So like, you know, where you probably see a lot of content is on my Instagram, which has like 100,000 followers. And that's where I post a lot of the shorts and stuff like that. So, and out there, you asked me like gear, I think a little bit. I just use my rig for farm trick and Asian. And then that I've just kind of accumulated over time. And that's what I use to record myself.
You mentioned 20,000 rounds this year.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is and it's not. Okay. Like it's all relative.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, it is. And I don't want to, I mean, like that. And I think, you know, when we did go shooting in April last year, like I'm the same. I have to be careful what I need to get into because I'm the same way. I can't just like, oh, I'm going to just go try it. Like,
yeah.
Because if I try it and I like it, I need to remind myself because I can see doing the same thing. I can see myself being like, okay, like, you know, because we've all seen the reels or what's that place in Vegas that like all the celebrities go to and get their training and like,
so I think that's in California. That's right? Taryn Tack. Where John Wick has that big video that went through.
Everyone sees that. And I saw one of Sydney Sweeney going through it.
Okay.
I'm like, but everyone wants to get to that, right?
Sure,
like I think I do anyway. Visually, just seeing like that is cool. Like you know, you're like ripping off targets. And maybe you're not running around too much. You're just kind of in a little box area. Not running around as much as you do, but still, like you know. But I know that it takes hours and hours and time to prep and practice and all, you know, and the amount of like blind what do you call it? Like when you're at the house and you're blank draws.
Dry fire.
Dry fire. Yeah. When the amount of dry firing you're doing just to like, when your timer goes off and you like, it is a big commitment.
It is.
I right now need to be aware.
Yeah. It's all I can handle right now. Yeah. Really, you know, like you start planning your life around it. Yeah. Right. Because it's such a big Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, yes. Right. Well, like you start planning so much that the headspace becomes easier so like October, right? We're like middle November right now. October, I just came off of shooting in New Mexico. And then, I went to shoot in Arkansas. And then I, went to nationals in Utah and spent 2 days there. And then I flew to Florida to work in the vet for 3 days. And I drove back home. Yep. With these guys. Yeah. And I drove back home. And then in 3 days, I was shooting the Oklahoma State Championship. Right. So like, that was a pretty wild schedule for like a month and a half there, you know, but you just kind of plan your life around it. Like you're saying, like, man, once you're in with some.
And right now, or just do you think it's just going to stick to pistols? Does it go to ARs? And I'm sure there's shotgun versions as well. Like, is it you could dive in any way you want? But do you focus on you just want to stay with the pistol? Yeah. I just want to. I want to hit Grandmaster, and if I start going like, oh, here's the shotgun. Oh well, now I'm like trying how to over here.
How to quad load shells with one hand. You know what I mean? Like, I don't got time for that. Like, I'm not talented enough and have time to do multiple things. Like, so maybe I was like a single guy with no kids and an easy job, then maybe. But I go home, I dry fire or I eat dinner, and then I do other work for myself, and then 10 o'clock hits and I dry fire for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you know, probably 5 times a week. And then sometimes I wake up in the mornings and I do like like foot speed training or dry fire again, you know, and
Yeah.
and then on the weekends, I'm going to be at the range 2 times this weekend, you know.
I love it.
Yeah.
Has the kids got into it? Do they want to get into it? Do you want them to get into it? Like, how has that been from like a parent aspect?
Man, growing up for myself, being so afraid of guns, I realized how much of a mistake that was.
Yeah.
And it all came from not being educated about them, right? So when I got into guns, my kids were like children,
Yeah.
right? And I treated it like it was something very normal. I never like radicalized it or you know what I mean, or made it a bigger thing. You know, I was like, hey, this is a gun, right? Like this is what it does. This is how you hold it, blah 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 blah, right? And I would leave it out. It was unloaded, right?
Yeah,
I would leave it out in the middle of on the coffee table so that they could be around them.
Yeah.
You know, because the last thing I wanted was for them to be 10 years later, 15 years old, and they see a gun at the friend's house and they freak out. And then that's when accidents happen.
Absolutely.
Right. So from that age that they were around them, they have memories of me reloading ammo.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they talk about that now. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when we were little, you would reload ammo and you would always dry fire in the spare bedroom. And you're like a mad scientist back there, like making bullets, you know. And I would get them there, and they would like a
thing ever.
they have. I think it's a cool memory, right?
Yeah.
That they have, and they talk about it in a nice way. And,
Yeah.
like I would even have them like you have to when you make bullets, you have to call it's called chamber checking.
Okay.
So you have to drop the bullet in the chamber, or you could buy something that's the same size as the bullet chamber that you want, and it has to pass the plunk test, is what they call it. So you drop the bullet and it's got to go thunk, and it's got to be flat, right? So you're okay, that passed, right? So that's the job I would give them, right? I'd be like, all right, I'm making like 500 rounds today, and they would sit there thunk thunk for just hours, like hanging out with dad, you know what I mean? And then now I just try to keep them interested in going, so that they just keep their skills kind of sharp, right? I just want them to be aware and be proficient, you know. And so I take them out every once in a while to go shoot. More recently, also, obviously, right?
Yeah. How old are they?
They're 18 and 20.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Nadia and Violet.
Not allowed to carry yet. 21 is carry or not?
21 years old is when you can carry.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think when you can actually even just buy a handgun is 21.
Yeah, makes sense.
So we'll be going. Nadia turns 21 early next year, so we'll be going to get her own. You know, she'll probably be moving out. You know, at sometime soon, and you know, I just wanted to be. Why not?
Like and you know, like it's the education side, the safety side. You know, and obviously not the the protection side, but also the gun safety of just like, hey, if there's a gun in the room when she's out and around with her friends, like it's not a big deal.
You know, and I don't get very political with the gun stuff. You know, like I view it from a very practical way. But I think it's one of the greatest things about being an American is being able to own firearms and protect your life with equal force. You know what I mean? So to me, like even if you hate guns, even if you're you know, like a liberal that just sees them as completely evil and there's nothing absolutely good about them, that you know, and they're like, I wish all guns were gone, that in utopia, right? Well, first of all, like that's never going to happen.
Not in America.
Not in America, right? So that's the first check of reality. And it's like, okay, so what if you're in a horrible mass shooting and the guy drops his gun right in front of you? Well, now you don't know what to do because you've never picked up a gun. You know, like we would be better if this whole society was educated at least. You don't got to like them.
No, it's just
but if you educate yourself on how to use one and what they do, man, we would be better off. And because then, you know, in a situation like that, like, or like, you know, if my kid is in someone's house and they're playing with a gun, she can immediately go like, whoa, y'all ain't supposed to do that. This ain't a fucking toy. Like I've seen what it does, right? And she can go
those horror stories, right? Because they're
and they don't know.
So gun in the friend's house, they don't know what's gonna.
They never learn how,
especially with pistols, right? Like it's like there's safeties on all most of the guns, but pistols generally don't come with a safety, right?
Well, I mean, like your gun, the only safety is a pad on the trigger. That you have to press the trigger in the perfect spot, or it won't go off.
Yeah.
Right? So, but dude, like education trumps all. Like you don't gotta like guns, but educate yourself in them, and you can still hate them, you know. But it would be better off if everyone was just.
I have a friend of mine who is, very left leaning, very open about it. But he worked for the government and went through the training. And he's extremely proficient with it.
Yeah.
It's just that no one really knows that.
Mhm.
I'm not going to name him because he'd
Sure,
be
sure.
like, but he is like, he's gone through the tests and done the scores. And
Yeah.
like, I think when he was out there, he had like, they did yearly tests and like, yearly like proficiency, like, okay, let's, check-ins or like their fitness test. They would have a gun test or whatever. But you're right. Education trumps everything. And even for me, like obviously this is the first one I have, and it is like, growing up in the UK, it is weird to have it.
Right.
Like, as soon as I got it, I was like, where do I put this?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, well, just put it, somewhere in the house. It's out of the way, but you know where it is. It's, you can get to it first kind of thing. And it's like, okay. And, like even carrying it in the case I have it in, like, it still feels weird. But I had it since September. So I haven't had it long.
Okay.
I mean, I put like 6 rounds through it, which I need to go.
We need to get you out. Yeah.
But for me, I back to the protection thing, like, and I really, the car that I bought in July doesn't have a roof on it. It's loud. It gets a bit of attention. I like driving it at night mostly, and usually before I come home, I'll go out, I'll drive it, and then on the way home, I'll stop at a gas station, fill it up with gas, and drive home.
Okay.
Because it's easy to just fill it up at the night, and then when I get out and drive the next time, it's got a full tank of gas. I don't have to worry.
Sure. Yeah. That's smart.
And so 3 or 4 times I've had people come to me in a gas station and like, oh, dude, like, can I have some money? Cool car. And I was just like,
what? Yeah.
Yeah, like late at night, like, and this is not like bad parts of town. This is just normal on queue or whatever, and like just people walking around. And it was just like, and then people are nice, like for the most part, like, hey, cool car, whatever, like love it, great, ask a few questions. But there was 2 distinct moments. I was sitting in the car, kind of just fired it up, like getting my belt on, just kind of checking a few things, putting, just like letting it do its thing and letting the fuel system, whatever, regulate. And it made me feel so uncomfortable because I'm strapped in and low to the ground. Like I don't have anything with me.
Yeah.
And then these people asking you for money because they think your car's a very expensive car, which it's not.
Well, I mean, the Cobra looks super cool.
Yeah, it looks cool. It draws a lot of attention, but it's not nowhere near like a McLaren or a Ferrari, all these things. But like, they don't know the difference, right? And so it just makes me feel like, it made me feel really uncomfortable. And I always say, like, it's not mine. Like, it's a friend. Just putting gas in it.
Perfect.
It's not mine. You just let me take it out. I take care of it. It's not mine.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's not mine. And then I've had one occasion where, like, someone kind of flew up next to me on the highway. And I'd been, like, flying, like, driving around, really enjoying the car. And I was kind of cruising home, kind of winding down a little bit. And someone, like, flew up next to me. And it's just like, be a nice, cool car, all the things. But I was just like, if someone were to pull out, if I followed me to like a stoplight and like what, like if they know how to drive a stick, then that's my main defense.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, hey, you can't drive it anyway. So like, what are you going to do? But yeah, it's just like, there's shitheads in the world, right? Like if people don't like, the worst people are generally the people who get jealous and don't like people who have success or have things that, they don't, they can't, either they can't afford or they haven't worked for, whatever it is. But the first time I went out, I had the gun with me, and I was like, this is just, and it's not loaded. It's under the seat. It's where, no one would know it's there, but it's just like that sense of like, if like 0.1%, maybe less than that, like if someone were to, shit would hit the fan, like I'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Cause you just have to for the most part, you don't even have to do it. Just show that you have one. Probably. I had a guy, there's a really cool guy who, have you met Mike Darter, the photographer, but he's he's a Oklahoma City police officer.
Okay.
Teaches, got a lot of gun stuff, amazing following on social media. He just travels around a lot. He has an insurance company called CCW Safe.
Yes, I met him at PhotoCon last
That's
year.
right. Yeah.
And we're supposed to go shoot. Yeah,
He's
we're
badass.
supposed to go shoot guns at night with like flash photography and
Yes.
get like the cool like fire burst
So
stuff. Yeah.
he came and spoke to a group with me and a group that I was at and was just telling us from the insurance side of like, because he started an insurance company after he was involved in an officer shooting. And you know, he wasn't really happy with the way that he was supported by by his force and police force and everybody, but he was like, there's nothing out there externally for when I'm off and he gave an example. He's like, I'm walking through Walmart he has 3 daughters, I think. He's walking through Walmart with like a couple of his young kids, and like he sees someone that he's put in jail that is now out.
Shit.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's like, the guy didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy didn't recognize him, but he was like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I'm not on duty. Yes, I'm carrying, but like, what is there to protect me? And that's how they started. Pretty sure that's how they started the insurance company. Was like, hey, you pay however much a month, you're covered. There's always someone to pick up the phone if anything were to happen. And we were asking him, like, for the most part, like, they have a call center, and he's like, most of the time, it's someone like say someone comes up to you and all you do is raise your shirt, there's more and more chances of that person calling the police officer to say somebody waved their gun at me versus you calling to say, hey, some lunatic just came up and all I did was raise my shirt.
Yeah.
He's like 90% of the time that person should call. They never do, but he's like, you should call first to just say, hey, you've made this aware, because it's like the victim first.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I was scared for my life.
Yeah.
I almost had to draw my gun.
Exactly.
And then if they call, someone showed the gun at me.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you were the aggressor.
Oh, it's great. He obviously I keep saying charity, not a charity. The insurance company does really good stuff, and gone to court for people, if they've needed it. But just listening to him talk about it and his gun safety, and I think, with young daughters, one of his daughters has launched like a female protection class, if you will.
Okay.
I mean, she just graduated, but yeah, like it's the education side, the protection side of it. You're not walking around waving it, right?
Well,
there are idiots out there that I think
true.
walk around in open carry and like they're just trying to prove a point, and they don't need to.
Yeah, maybe.
You didn't, you just like, just don't worry about
it. But dude, there's a big like mentality change that I went through when I got my CCW.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be hyper aware of stuff, because now you take on a responsibility, right, that you're carrying. And then, dude, like, I used to have a horrible temper, right? My dad, horrible temper, and I learned it from him, right? And I used to road rage. I used to get mad at people, and I'd flip people off, and I'd yell, and embarrassing, right? And when I got a gun that I was carrying with me in my car, after going to the classes and listening to everybody, flip switched in my head. And I now don't road rage whatsoever, because say that I did, right? And I am carrying a gun, and this guy stops, we pull over, he comes out with a bat. I have my kids in the car. What am I supposed to do now? Right? I'm supposed to shoot the guy if I'm in fear of my life. Well, dude, that'd be the worst day of my life ever.
And your kid's day.
Right? Like, that'd be the worst thing to have. I don't ever want to shoot another human being.
No.
That'd be the worst day ever. But if I have to do it to protect me or my kids or my whatever loved ones I'm with, you have to defend yourself, right? That's the purpose of it. But now I don't incite. Someone could come up to my face and call me a bitch and talk about my mom, like whatever they want to do. Don't care, dude. I got a gun on me. I don't even want to get in a fist fight when I have a gun, because what if I now get jumped by his friends and I'm getting beat to death, and now the only way out is to get my gun out. Oh man. So it's not worth it. Right. So I had a big mentality change of, it's weird to think this, right? It's like, a gun made me a calmer person.
Yeah, right. No, you're right. Good Lord. And what's that quote in Landman where he turns to the lady, he's like, you know why everyone's so nice in Texas? Because everybody's got guns.
Because everyone's got one. Yeah.
Everybody's got guns. Everyone waves to each other driving down the road because everyone knows they're carrying. But no, you're right. Like, there's, you And the thing that comes to mind too is like the guys who do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling. They're the calmest people in the world.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Like, no calm,
You have to have the
right?
same
For the most
mentality.
part, because they know that like they'll be okay. They can handle themselves. They're safe.
Yeah.
They don't need to like posture or whatever. And I wouldn't say I go to your extent of like having the road rage you used to have, but I definitely like flip people off and like, you know,
But that's enough,
people
right?
drive like fucking idiots. You know,
Yeah, they do. But if you flip the wrong person off,
right, who's having a bad day, yeah,
then it don't matter, right? Like even a little bit of road rage is not good.
yeah.
You know,
I drive a giant truck to like push people out the way. I'm like, we know both of us don't,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it's like,
yeah,
but yeah, man, the gun thing for me, like it obviously coming from the UK and not being around it,
yeah.
coming out here in college, and you know, I remember a friend of mine would take me to practice. He was on my golf team. We'd go to practice together, and the first time I got in his car, there was a 9mm sat like, you know, in the like he was sitting in the left driver's seat, and then he was driving a stick, and then his gun was like on my side against my lap as I sat in the passenger seat, and I was like, "What is that?" And he goes, "Oh, it's just my pistol. Like, it's normal." He goes, he goes, "That one's mine. Yours is under the seat." I thought he was joking, and he was like, "No, it's
No,
like
it's
down,
the
it's under
fan.
the seat." And I was like, you know, like
That's
21 years
hilarious.
old, wide eyed, just like just come here from the UK. I'm like,
I bet that was a fucking shock.
you know. And then we went shooting, and I was like, "You guys do this for fun? Like this is so cool." And then my dad came over one year. It was probably a few years ago. We went to Coffee and Cars when it was kind of at Chisholm Creek, and we walked across to Cabela's when it opened. I said, "Come on, you got to see this place."
It's like, pretty wild. If you,
crazy.
I take people there. I had a friend from Australia that came and visited Clevo, and he was very curious about guns, and I'm like, dude, let's do it.
Because they abolished all of them after like a mass shooting, right?
Yeah,
like, there was a big mass shooting, and then they were like, "We're done."
And it's to get one is extremely hard over there. Like you got to go through so many hoops.
Yeah.
But dude, he came over to visit, I think last year, or the year before, and that's what he wanted to go do. He's like, I want to go shoot guns. I've never done it before, so like, we took him, like the crew, farm and Asian and everybody. We grabbed all of our stuff and loaded it up, and he shot probably every gun imaginable in one evening, you know. And then I took him to a competition to show him that side of it. And what's cool is that he went back with like a new a new way to look at
like
guns,
a new appreciation,
a new appreciation for it. And but like the mindset changed for him. Where he's like, okay, like he's already kind of liking guns, but it really rooted the fact that you can just have fun and everything's safe. Right. So he's now he would text me, he's like, "What kind of gun did I shoot?" And I was like, "Oh, we shot that CZ Shadow 2, you know, fantastic gun." And he's like, "Okay, that's on the list of 5 guns I am approved to buy the government," or something like that, right? And he's like, "I'm going to buy that one because I don't know, you can't grab the gun and go, oh yeah, this is the one I want." You have to go to the government website and say they list all the guns, and it's only like 5 or 6 that give you an option of. And he's like, "Well, I know I like that one," so that's the one he bought, right? And then you got to go through. No, I'm not like super keen on like what the rules are over there, but
still,
like he can't. So he got the gun, right? It has to be unloaded. I think the magazines have to be unloaded, and it's in your safe, locked all the time, right? So God forbid you get mugged in Australia, because he's like, "Hold on, I gotta go to my safe. I gotta unlock my safe. I gotta lock my bullets. Stay there." You know, like you gotta do all of that.
Where's my baseball bat, right? Where's my golf course?
So, and then like, so he got that, right? He got all the permits. He's got it all. He went through all the hoops. But if he wants to go to the range, he has to take the gun unloaded, right? Like blah, blah, blah. But it is illegal for him to deviate from anywhere, but from house range. That's it, right? You can't even stop and get gas and go to the range. So if you get pulled over at the gas station and they see that you got a gun, oh, I want to go to the range, boom. felony.
That's crazy.
You know,
Yeah.
but now he's starting to compete.
Yeah.
Like he joined the gun club, and so he's like doing it, dude. Cleveland's out there in Australia shooting guns, and we showed him the way here.
Yeah. My
You know?
my dad loves it. My brother loves
good.
it. They're coming out for Thanksgiving, so they'll be here soon.
Yeah.
But dad loves to shoot. And when they came off my graduation, which was 10 years ago, they
Okay.
gave my mom like a 22 rifle. And
Yeah.
I just have this great photo of her shooting. And she's like, "What do I do?" I'm like, "Just stick it in your shoulder."
Yeah.
You know, she's like, but my dad like really enjoys it. Brother, when he came over,
Yeah.
so we did some long range stuff, and then
Good. You know,
Yeah.
it's one of the things that I've learned to love the most recently is like sharing, like what I learned with others.
Yeah.
Right? Like I kind of did it with you.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, hey, like you're interested in doing it. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to tell you exactly how to hold a gun.
Right.
And dude, in what, 30, 40 minutes, you're hitting a piece of steel like 25 yards away that's this big, like that. Right. So since then, dude, I love it now. Like I've taken like my friend Chris and his girlfriend, my girlfriend's friend Allie and Brandon, like they're a married couple, like they, you know. And what's cool is that people from the content I make, they respect what I do and they see that I am proficient at it, right? And so now they immediately feel very comfortable with someone that's maybe afraid of guns to go. And I don't know why, but I've learned that I can explain and teach things very well. So I can take someone that's afraid and put them through the slow paces of like, all right, we're going to fire your first round. Right. And it took me 10 minutes to get there. Because they're so like, oh my God, like I'm afraid. But dude, I've been doing that lately. So like I taught my girlfriend Alyssa how to shoot, and now she's got her own gun and she's a great shot. Like she outshot her dad like a few months ago. You know what I mean? Like that's great.
He's like thrilled.
Yeah. Well, you know, funny story there. Like, so I've been dating her now for a few years, and I met her dad like Christmas time, right? And so like he is like really cool dude. His name is Jimmy. I really like the guy. He's like a retired bullfighter. So he's like he's a man. He is, right. He's a tough motherfucker. Right? He's a bad motherfucker, dude. And so like she's like, oh yeah, I'm dating this guy. I'm gonna bring him for Christmas. And he's like, whoa.
Oh boy.
You know, what's he do? And blah, blah. And then one of the things that she knew that would get him you know, to calm down a little bit. Well, he shoots guns. And he's like, oh yeah, well, we'll see about that, and blah, blah, blah. And dude, I have this video. And to me, the pistol's the hardest gun to shoot. If you can shoot a pistol well, you can shoot everything else well without trying the whole real hard. So we went out there, and for Christmas, he bought me this clay thrower.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you have to get me a gift. You know, like I don't even, it's the first time I met you or whatever. But he got me that, and he's like, we're gonna go shoot it though. And I'm like, hell yeah, I bet, you know. So we go out there, and he gives me this pump shotgun. And he's like, I heard you shoot pretty good. And I'm like, I don't know, you know, whatever. Yeah. And then we start like fucking shooting, and you know, I can shoot the one. And he's like, all right. He's like, we put money on it, I think, and we're betting like $20. And he's like, I'm gonna have it shoot 2, and then I'm gonna throw 1, and you got to hit all 3. I'm like, okay. So I was like, boom, boom. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. And then his face, dude, he was like, because we're facing that way, his face to the camera, he was like, and everyone's like, yeah, woo! You know?
He's so mad.
Oh man, so I love that memory. And I wasn't even shooting at that. I wasn't training or anything at that moment. You know, it was just that skill just stays with you. And I love that story because I instantly from then on, like he respected me. And then even now, like I'll send him videos, and he talks to Alyssa, and he's like, hey, this dude looking real good, and you know, he knows what it takes to try to be an athlete. Right.
Bullfighter.
Because dude, like he was like championship level. Like
did the NFL, like the whole
yes,
thing?
Like he had hero cards he would sign for people, and like Jimmy Dale Turner, like he's a bad dude. Right now they're in Texas, but down by Wynnewood.
Okay. Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
next door to the Tire King. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just, taking friends out has been one of the things I didn't expect to enjoy
Yeah.
so much.
I loved it. And I learned so much from it too. But I also had, like, from the pictures that you also took of me shooting, I
Yeah.
had a couple of friends, say, comment on the video or like send me a message after I posted the picture and said, yeah, man, like your hand placement looks really good.
Okay,
And I was
good.
like,
Yeah.
sure. I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
just learned, and it's like,
Well, I
Yeah,
can
the
tell
whole thing.
immediately if someone's a good shot with how they do 3 seconds, like how they pick up a gun. I'm
It's-
like, that guy knows what he's doing.
it's the same thing with a golf club.
I bet.
It's this, you can see someone hit a, like pick up a club or like hit a shot and you're like, okay. Dude, we could sit here forever and talk. It's time to go eat some food. I don't know where we're going yet, but I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah,
Some
dude.
stories, talk
It-
about
It's gonna be good, man.
again.
2026 is gonna be big, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to shoot another 20,000. Try to shoot as many major matches as I can, and I'm gonna try to now that I've kind of honed this thing, I want to reach out and pick up sponsors and kind of go to the next level.
Your foundation. Now it's time to go to the next level.
Yeah, and work with Mitch more. I have a lot of ideas that I want to work with him to grow his company, and I'll talk to you more about it. I got a company I started that I'll tell you about it at dinner.
Does Mitch's company have a social? We can chat it out.
Yeah, it's on. It's Gibson Custom Guns. But I think he Gibson Innovation on Instagram.
The Gibson Custom comes up as guitars.
Yeah.
Gibson Custom
Guns. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, you can find his stuff there. I collab a lot on Loot 405 Photo on my socials. So if you find my content, you can find his.
Yeah.
And then the YouTube channel is Lou Renova on YouTube. But yeah, dude, it's just building the content, reaching out to companies, reaching out to whoever wants to, help me keep going. Cause I don't want to stop. Like now, dude, I'm 40.
Yeah.
I don't have many years where I could be competitive. Yeah, I'm a man. I don't have many years that I can be competitive.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like 10, I'll be 50, so I'm just trying to hit it hard right now while I can. And yeah, I'm excited for next year, man. It's going to be more fun than this year. This year was a blast.
Dude, it's awesome. Well, let's go get some food. People watching, listening.
Hell yeah.
See you next episode.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
Hell yeah. Awesome.